Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a declutter video and I am getting rid of quite a few fragrances. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. I do videos on fragrance, beauty, self-care, and body care. If you like that type of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I hope that you guys are doing great today and I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate all of the love and the support. With that said, let's get into today's video. So this is my third time filming this declutter video. I don't know what is going on. The first time I tried to film, the positioning of the camera was funky and I didn't realize it until I was editing. So then I said, okay, fine, I'll refilm tomorrow. I start refilming and the power goes out, the generators start making a bunch of noise, so I can't continue with my video. So hopefully today we can get this video done. So let's go ahead and let's get started with the fragrances that I am going to be decluttering from my collection. This video is not going to be me bashing any fragrances or anything like that, because I would say that 80 to 90% of these fragrances I enjoy. I am just trying to downsize my collection. I have mentioned, I don't want to be too repetitive, but I have mentioned that I am leaving an island to move to the States soon, and I just don't want to carry with almost 200 bottles of perfume. It's just way too much. It's ridiculous for me. So I just want to take the ones with me that are just my must-have fragrances, or maybe limited edition fragrances, or pricey ones, hard to find ones. But when it comes to like celebrity fragrances or just fragrances that are easy for me to get once I am back in the States, I am going to be getting rid of. So I will be explaining with each one why I'm getting rid of them. And I also wanted to make a quick little disclaimer, like I always do with declutter videos, because some people just get super snappy about declutter videos and I really don't see the big deal about it. I feel like we all declutter things in our life. We declutter clothes when we get tired of it. We declutter shoes, we declutter makeup, we get rid of things in our home that we are either bored of or we're tired of. So same thing with fragrances. I feel like we can like a fragrance and change our mind or just not want it anymore. And as long as each individual loves what they have in their collection, that's what matters the most. So I personally love watching declutter videos, so I know that a lot of you guys do too. So let's get right into it. So the first one that I'm going to be getting rid of, actually the first few here, I think these two, they kind of fall into the same kind of category. I noticed that I had a lot of fragrances that were kind of vibing too similar to each other. So I don't want to have so much repetitive scent in my collection. So I am going to be getting rid of Giorgio Armani Sky di Gioia. So here is the super beautiful bottle. This bottle is just so gorgeous. And this scent is really nice. I believe there's lychee in here or rhubarb. I don't remember which one it is, but I feel like I have a lot of fragrances with like that lychee touch with rose and like berries or fruit. So I feel like I just wasn't reaching for this one as much. I do have an inspired version of Delina that I really want to start using more. And I feel like once you try Delina or a Delina inspired scent, you kind of just get hooked on that. So I feel like this one is just not as long lasting, and I just want to find someone that's going to love this one more than I do. So that is the first one. And then kind of in the same family, we have Nina Ricci Rose Extase. This is another really pretty rose scent. This one has raspberry in it. It is one of the most modern, youthful type of rose fragrances where you feel the rose, you smell the rose in there, but then the raspberry just makes it youthful. It makes it very fruity. It's a really nice fragrance. I just wasn't reaching for this one as much. Like every time I smell it, I think, oh, that's nice. But there's always like 3 levels to a fragrance. There's the ones that you're just like, oh, hell no, I don't like it, I can't do it. Then there's like that middle fragrance where you're like, okay, that's pretty, and you think that it's pretty and you enjoy it while you're wearing it, but it's not like your must-have fragrances. It's not mind-shattering, mind-blowing. You don't see fireworks and confetti when you wear them. So that's kind of where this one falls. And then I have my third level of fragrances where those are just, I can't be without them. So that's kind of like how I think of my fragrances. So I still think it's beautiful. I still think it's a really nice rose fragrance. And if I was to make a rose video in the future, I would probably mention this one, even though I'm not keeping it. But I do know that a lot of people enjoy this one. So yeah, this one is leaving my collection. This next fragrance is also a rosy type of fragrance, and I was enjoying it a lot for bedtime. And since I am trying to just downsize my collection, I'm not trying to keep fragrances that I only enjoy for bed. So, I mean, this one's really pretty. You can wear it every day. There's nothing wrong with it. I was just reaching for this one for bedtime, but this is Salvatore Ferragamo Signorina di EDT. So here is the super pretty bottle for this one. And this one is just a very, I describe this one as like a rose water type of fragrance. It's very soft. It's kind of like a pink rose instead of a red rose. And it does have, I think it is whipped cream in here. So it's a little creamy, it's soft, it's very like girl next door, really innocent type of scent. But I think that it's really, really nice. So that's the other one that's leaving. Now I'm going to start with this one right here, which was in my latest fragrance haul. And I right off the bat told you guys that I blind bought this and I didn't think it was gonna work for me. And this is Shiseido Zen. So the bottle is super unique. It's like a cube. And this one just, the patchouli just jumps out way too much on my skin. I wanted to try this one because it does have pineapple. It's full of fruits. There is a ton of notes in here, but that patchouli just ruins it for me. Just like how I tried Believe by Britney Spears. And again, just that, is it fruit chuli? Like when people talk about a fragrance that has patchouli with fruits, my nose just doesn't get as much of the fruits and it goes straight to the patchouli. So I kind of get like a fruity touch, but it's just like a patchouli bomb. So that's kind of what I get with this one as well. And it also reminds me of JLo's Miami Glow, which so many people love, and that one just did not work out for me. It kind of smelled like super sharp, like a bug spray, very tangy type of fragrance on my skin, and I didn't enjoy it. I tried it so much because there is something about it that I like, but I wasn't getting like that coconut that people were talking about. I wasn't getting a smoothness to it. It was just very sharp and loud on me. So this is kind of like the same vibes on my skin. Next up, I am going to be getting rid of a few fragrances that if I wasn't moving, I would probably just keep in my collection. But I feel like I have worn them a lot. I've enjoyed them and I'm kind of like ready to move on to the next thing. So that is going to be this category of fragrances. So the first one in this category is going to be my Burberry blush, and I have reviewed this fragrance on my channel. I have included it in lists. I believe this one made it to last year's spring favorites. I still think it's super pretty. This is a very crisp, polished type of scent. Like I smell this and I feel like it would go perfect with your hair pulled back in a sleek bun, a nice button down white shirt with some jeans. Like you're still put together, but you're more on the casual side and you just want to smell put together, clean, crisp type of scent. It is very like refreshing and cooling. And I believe this one has apple in it. So it is a really nice spring fragrance. It's very girly. I just used it a lot. I mean, there's a pretty good dent in this one, and this one is pretty long lasting. It lasts a long time when I wear it, but I'm just kind of like over it, I guess you can say. Like I've had my time with it and we're going to part ways. So that is my Burberry blush. Next up in this category is going to be Victor and Rolf Bonbon. Again, I really enjoyed this one when I did wear it. I wore it so much last year, and this year I wore it as well. It's just a very sweet, flirty, I would say a little bit youthful, but still has some sexiness to it. It has caramel, there's peach notes in here. I get a lot of peach in this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent. I just use it a lot, as you can see by the dent on the bottle. I just haven't been reaching for this one a lot lately, and I feel like also I'm just ready to let go of this one. Next up is another one that I really enjoyed, and I cannot believe that I am decluttering this fragrance, but this is Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche, which is a really small bottle. I think this is a 1.2 fluid ounce bottle, and the reason why I'm getting rid of this is because I don't know, I think that when YouTubers review fragrances, we are constantly trying new fragrances, different notes, and I feel like our nose is more subject to change. I feel like it's going to pick up different notes. We're going to smell a fragrance and maybe it smelled one way last year and now this year it's totally different. So that's kind of what happened with this one. I used to really, really like this one last year. This one has a dent on it as well. I wore it a lot last year. And this year when I went to go reach for this one, it smelled super masculine on me, which I remember saying that this was a unisex fragrance, but now it's kind of like leaning like men's cologne, like a lemony, citrusy type of men's cologne. So I do want to see if my husband, how he feels about it. He prefers very spicy colognes. So every time that I try to give him something that's kind of like on the unisex type of range, he usually just tells me no. If he doesn't like it, then I'll see if someone in my family enjoys it. But I am getting rid of this one because I do prefer Versace's Versens. That one is similar, but there's a fig note in there. It's a little bit creamier, and it's definitely a little bit sweeter and more feminine to my nose. So I picked that one over this one. Then next up, I'm going to be getting rid of Paco Rabanne's Lady Million. This one I barely wore. And when I smell it on here, I think that it smells so beautiful. It smells very strongly of like orange blossom to me. I didn't see orange blossom in the nose, but I think there was something called orange flower. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but it's so nice. I feel like it's a really nice fragrance. This is a very easy fragrance to give to someone because I feel like it's very simple. It's crowd pleasing. You can wear it anytime, but I see this one as like going to dinner or just going somewhere out in the evening. It's just a very classy or classic type of scent. But I do have so many other fragrances that kind of dry down to this type of base, like this type of scent. So I have way too many that kind of remind me of this, especially a lot of my La Vie Belles. They kind of dry down to something similar, of course with different notes, but it's nice. It's just, I'm not really like over the moon about this one. Next up, I'm going to be getting rid of a few celebrity fragrances. So the first one I'm going to be getting rid of is JLo Glow. And this is the second time that I buy this fragrance and I get rid of it because I want to love it so bad. I used to wear this fragrance in high school all the time. I loved it. It made me feel sexy, even though now I don't see it as sexy. It's definitely more soapy to me now. It's way sharper now. It gives me a headache. I cannot wear this fragrance, so I'm definitely getting rid of this one and not trying no more. Then I'm also going to be decluttering Naomi Campbell, and this one I got it because it does have a guava note and it's really nice. There's nothing offensive about it. It's a very fruity, girly scent. The longevity wasn't bad either. It was performed pretty nice, but it just doesn't stand out to me. It's not a fragrance that I would say I want to wear it, I'm excited to wear it, or it's not a fragrance that I pick over other fragrances. So definitely going to find someone that gives this one more love. This one I am so confused with. I'm still not 100% sure, but this one is Tempting Paradise by Sofia Vergara. When I got this fragrance, which was I believe last year, I was so in love with this fragrance. I felt like it was just so tropical, so perfect for Puerto Rico. And I still think it's really, really nice. But when I sprayed it on my skin one night, it almost got cloying on my skin. It was really like just syrupy, fruity, sweet, very, very sweet. I don't have a problem with sweet. I love sweet. But this one almost made me a little sick when I wore it. So I love smelling it from the bottle. And I love spraying it on my hand and smelling it. But when I actually spray it everywhere and wear it, it bothers me a little bit. So I am going to be gifting this one as well. And then next up, this is another one that I might get in the future when I move, because I do think that it's a really nice fragrance. I'm just trying to downsize, but this one is Jessica Simpson's 10. I think the bottle is super cute. The scent is really nice because even though it has notes that you can find in other celebrity fragrances, it has this sweet, I don't even know if I'm gonna get rid of this one because every time I smell this one, it's just really nice. It has chocolate notes. I believe it's white chocolate. So it's kind of like fruity, but then it's creamy and sweet and chocolate. It's just really, really nice. The only thing that kind of sucks about this one is that it does not last long. So I'll think about this one. I'm not too sure, but I still think it's beautiful. I really, really like it. This next one is by Zara. I got this one when I went and shopped for the dupes to fragrances. I do have a video on Zara perfumes, and I got this one because it was just getting so, it was just hyped up everywhere. And this is Ebony Wood. I love the packaging. I love the label on it. This does not smell bad by any means. It's actually a very sexy scent. It's very, very woody. It's a little bit spicy. It's warm. It's very, almost, I wouldn't say mysterious, but sexy in like an intriguing type of way. But when I wear this one, it also kind of makes me feel like it leans a little bit masculine at the same time. So for that reason, I know that I'm not going to reach for this one. Now, do I think that this is really nice and is amazing quality and the performance is amazing? Yes. So if you like woody, spicy, warm fragrances, definitely look into the Zara perfume because it does smell nice. It's just not for me yet. I don't really enjoy it too much on myself, but I love smelling it from the bottle. So, and also this is another one that I would love to test on my husband to see if he likes it. So I'm going to be trying these two on him, even though he hates it when I try fragrances that I'm getting rid of. It's like he automatically thinks that they're too feminine or something. This next one is also from my high school fragrance video, like the fragrances that I wore in high school. I cannot wear this right now. Like I went through 4 bottles of this and I don't know how. I loved this so much back then because when I smell it now, it literally gives me an instant headache. And this is Ocean Pacific. I have never heard anyone talk about this fragrance. It's never mentioned anywhere. It's really old. It's probably outdated. It brings back a lot of memories when I smell it, but I just can't. I can't wear this one. It just makes me feel a little sick. It gives me a headache. This one is very aquatic, floral, kind of like fresh. I wouldn't say fresh. Musky, like aquatic, floral, musky type of scent. But it's a little loud. It's a little sharp. So that's that one. Unfortunately, I am going to be getting rid of Trussardi Donna, which I was looking so forward to spring. I was looking so forward to wearing this. I was eyeing it, you know, when I was doing my trays. So I did put it in my tray last month. And I remember loving this so much when I got it last year. I gave it a great review. I enjoyed it so much and I went to go wear it last month and it was super sharp on me. There's like this super sharp note that I'm picking up now that I didn't pick up back then. It is Like, I can smell the fruity, citrusy, like lemon touches that I really loved about this one. But then there's one note that it's just like poking at me. It's just really bothering me. So I can't wear it. I feel like I'm going to get a headache with it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was my nose that changed or the fragrance changed. I'm not sure. I don't know if it went bad, which I've never had a fragrance go bad. It doesn't smell like it went bad. It just, there's a sharp note in there that I'm not enjoying anymore. So sadly, this one is going to get decluttered. Next up is one that I am so disappointed with myself because I blind bought it, and it is a Pricey perfume. This was like, I think $150. I don't remember the exact price, but I should have ordered a sample for sure. And that is Mancera's Velvet Vanilla. I know a lot of you told me not to give up on it, to keep trying it out, but every time that I try this fragrance out, I get a massive headache. It bothers me so much. It is just super sharp on my skin, and it is just like the most powerful bubblegum type of fragrance that you can get. There is no vanilla in here for me, to my nose. I was getting this because I saw it in a lot of vanilla lists. So I thought that I was going to get vanilla because I love vanilla. It's one of my favorite notes. And I said, okay, if this opens up kind of bubblegummy but then dries down to a vanilla, I'm going to love it. So I didn't even think about it. I just ordered it. And this is just not for me. The bottle is stunning. I love the bottle. It feels really high quality. It has a magnetic cap. Really, really nice. I really want to try other Mancera fragrances to see which one I like. I'll definitely get samples, but I think that I prefer My Way from Giorgio Armani over this one. They smell very similar, except that Giorgio Armani My Way starts off with that bubblegum note, not so intense as this one, and then it dries down to that warm vanilla that I love, and I want it with this one, but this one was just not giving it to me. All I get with this one is white florals, tuberose, bubblegum type of vibe, and that's it. It's very sharp. There's something kind of synthetic about it. I couldn't do this one, so unfortunately it's a no for me, but it is very long lasting. It is like a beast mode. It projects. The performance is amazing because the day that I wore it, it just lasted forever. It's just not a fragrance that I enjoy. Next up is one that I love, but I do have a lot of flankers in my collection. I love getting flankers. So I realized that I don't need so many flankers right now. So just to downsize to a decent collection. So this is Givenchy's L'Interdit, and this is the intense version. I love this. I still recommend it. I still think it's beautiful. I'm just getting rid of it again because I think that it's pretty similar to the Eau de Parfum. So I'm going to work on that bottle and focus on that one. And then once I move back to the States, maybe you'll see this one back in my collection. But for right now, we are parting ways. Last two fragrances and we are done. This one is Valentina Pink, which I raved about so much in the haul video because this is the most beautiful strawberry opening, or it has the most beautiful strawberry opening, and it's so girly. I picture this one kind of like as a brunch with your girlfriends type of perfume. It's very uplifting. It's very girly, very bright. The strawberry is so beautiful. But I believe that there is amber in the base notes, and I don't remember if it was praline, but lately I have been very sensitive to amber. In some fragrances, I'm totally fine. For example, one of the recent Dior fragrances that I got, it doesn't bother me at all. But in other fragrances, it stands out and it just makes me a little sick, and it just doesn't mix well with my skin. So that kind of happened with this one. The opening is amazing. If I could keep the opening, I would love it. Now, I do think that a lot of people love that more deep and rich dry down in this one because it makes it a little bit more like grown, more mature, yet still fun and fruity with the strawberry. But unfortunately, it's just not working out for me. but I still think that it's a really nice one to check out, and I believe it was really affordable as well. And then the last one is one that I'm definitely gonna give it another chance in the future, hopefully when I live somewhere with cooler weather, because I cannot wear this here. It's a little too much for the heat here. And this is Roberto Cavalli's Deep Desire. This is a stunning, beautiful, warm chocolate fragrance. It's a little bit sweet as well. It is so sexy. It is like mysterious. It's intriguing. It's beautiful for nighttime events or going out somewhere. Just really nice. Like, I picture this one working for the holidays, for fall time. I just can't enjoy it here because it's just a little too hot here for this fragrance, but it's really, really nice, and I will probably get this one again in the future. So those are 19 fragrances that are going to be leaving my collection. And I also recently finished up 3 bottles, so I think that I'm doing pretty good. That is it for my declutter video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave today's video. Comment down below if you recently got rid of any fragrances, if you did a declutter. I want to know. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video.